Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of motorcycles with a countdown of 7 discontinued cruiser bikes that might have slipped from your memory. Let's kick things off with number 7. Number 7. The Harley-Davidson XR1200. The XR1200. This bike wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a statement. Launched in 2008, it came roaring onto the scene with a bold mix of classic Harley cruiser style and a surprising sporty edge. But by 2012, it had vanished, leaving behind a legacy of mixed emotions. Under the hood, or rather the tank, the XR1200 packed a powerful 1202 cubic centimeter V-twin engine that delivered a thrilling 98 Newton-meters of torque. It wasn't just a ride, it was an adventure machine. Every twist of the throttle felt like summoning a personal tornado to propel you forward, whether you were cruising down the freeway or leaving a minivan in the dust. But let's be honest, the XR1200 wasn't perfect. Riders often joked that it had a bit more attitude than agility. The suspension? Great for laid-back cruising, but if you tried to push it hard through the corners, it felt more like wrestling with gravity than carving curves. Despite its quirks, the XR1200 holds a special place in Harley's history. It was bold, rebellious, and unapologetically different. Sadly, as consumer tastes shifted and newer models took the spotlight, the XR1200 quietly faded into obscurity. For those lucky enough to have ridden one, it remains a cherished memory, a reminder that some of the best rides are the ones that don't stick around forever. Number 6. The Yamaha Roadstar. The Yamaha Roadstar wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a personality on two wheels. With its muscular frame and timeless cruiser design, it had a charm that could make even the grumpiest rider crack a smile. Picture it as that lovable, slightly old-school uncle at a family reunion. A bit dated, sure, but always full of character and stories to tell. Beneath its nostalgic exterior, the Roadstar packed some serious power. Its 1,602 cubic centimeters V-twin engine churned out a hefty 134 Newton-meters of torque, making it the perfect ride for those who loved the deep, satisfying rumble of a cruiser without getting caught up in flashy tech or overly complex gadgets. It was all about the raw, unfiltered riding experience. But as with many good things, the Roadstar's journey came to an end in 2014. Yamaha decided to streamline its lineup, focusing on sleeker, more modern designs. While some saw the Roadstar as outdated, others argued it embodied a kind of soul and character that's hard to find in today's fast-paced, tech-driven world. So, here's to the Yamaha Roadstar, a bike that may not have been the fastest or the flashiest, but one that had a heart as big as its engine. For those who rode it, the Roadstar wasn't just a motorcycle. It was a trusted companion, always ready to hit the open road. Number 5. Honda Rune. The Honda Rune is one of those motorcycles that left an indelible mark on the early 2000s, an unforgettable mix of audacity and innovation. Its design wasn't just bold, it was groundbreaking. The trailing link front suspension and strikingly futuristic styling made it impossible to ignore. It was as if Honda threw out the rulebook and said, "Let's build a bike that demands attention." And attention it got. At the heart of the Rune was a 1,832 cubic centimeter six-cylinder engine borrowed from the legendary Goldwing but reimagined for this masterpiece. With its sculpted body and outrageous design, the Rune wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a rolling piece of art. But art comes at a price. With only 1,200 units produced, the Rune cost a jaw-dropping $25,000. A bargain compared to its estimated production cost of $150,000. Honda didn't create the Rune to turn a profit. They created it to make a statement. And what a statement it was. For those lucky enough to own or even see one, the Rune remains a shining example of what happens when creativity and engineering collide. Though it faded into obscurity, it remains a chapter in motorcycle history that's hard to forget. Number 4. Victory Octane. The Victory Octane wasn't just a cruiser, it was a head-turner. With its aggressive lines, sharp angles, and matte black finish, it exuded a modern, no-nonsense attitude. Minimal chrome accents set it apart from the typical sea of shiny cruisers, giving it an edge that screamed, "I'm here to win!" Beneath its striking exterior was a powerful 1,200cc V-twin engine delivering 104 horsepower. This wasn't just a bike for show. It could rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, making it perfect for quick getaways or leaving an impression at the traffic light. Yet, for all its impressive specs and bold design, the Octane never found the audience it deserved. Launched during Victory's final years, it struggled to step out of the shadow of its sibling, the Indian Scout, or compete with the nostalgia Harley-Davidson enthusiasts clung to. Despite its short production run, the Victory Octane is a hidden gem in motorcycle history. A bike that balanced performance and style but ultimately slipped through the cracks. For those who remember it, it's a reminder of what could have been in Victory's legacy. Number 3. Suzuki Boulevard S40. The Suzuki Boulevard S40, a cruiser that captured the hearts of many with its classic, unassuming charm. This bike could easily be mistaken for something straight out of the 80s with its high-riser drag bars and long forks, giving it a look that's ready for a laid-back cruise down the boulevard or a Sunday ride to the diner. Beneath its nostalgic design, the S40 hid a 653 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine that delivered a deep, satisfying thump, making it clear that speed wasn't its primary concern. It wasn't going to win any races against sport bikes, but it sure felt like you were conquering the open road, even if that road was just a trip to the grocery store. Thanks to its lightweight frame and low seat height, the Boulevard S40 was a cruiser accessible to riders of all sizes, ensuring that even shorter riders could look just as cool on it as anyone else. Though it was discontinued in 2020, the S40 left a lasting legacy in the world of customization. From bobbers to scramblers, enthusiasts turned it into a canvas for creativity. The S40 may have slipped from the spotlight, but it remains an enduring symbol of motorcycle simplicity. A perfect ride for those who enjoy the raw joy of cruising without all the bells and whistles. Number 2. Honda CTX 1300. The Honda CTX 1300 might not have made the waves it deserved, but it sure made a lasting impression on those who laid eyes on it. With its low-slung profile and integrated fairing, it had the kind of futuristic design that looked like it belonged in a sci-fi movie rather than on the streets. It wasn't just a cruiser, it was a statement. Powered by a 1,261 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V4 engine, the CTX 1300 had power to spare. Honda tuned it to enhance low-end torque, but this decision left many riders feeling like they were missing a gear when cruising on the highway. Still, with features like ABS and Bluetooth on the deluxe model, it was packed with tech that felt ahead of its time. But despite these innovations, the CTX 1300 struggled to carve out a niche in a market dominated by more traditional cruisers. Priced around $17,000, it felt a bit like bringing a healthy salad to a barbecue. Not quite what everyone was craving. Discontinued after just 1 year, the CTX 1300 remains a curious footnote in Honda's history, a quirky experiment that didn't quite find its audience. Number 1. Harley-Davidson Street 750. The Harley-Davidson Street 750 had the kind of sleek, muscular exterior that made it look every bit the part of an urban warrior. With its blacked-out cylinders and elongated seat, it had that rugged charm that appealed to city riders. The headlamp with a bikini fairing gave it a distinctive edge, hinting at a bike that meant business but wasn't afraid to have a little fun. At its core, the Street 750 was powered by a 749 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin engine, producing a respectable 60 Newton-meters of torque. Paired with a 6-speed gearbox, it was perfectly suited for city commutes and weekend getaways. The suspension, telescopic forks in the front, and twin shocks in the rear made sure riders could take on potholes without spilling their coffee. Sadly, the Street 750 was discontinued in 2021, leaving a gap in Harley's lineup and many riders reminiscing about its glory days. It wasn't just a motorcycle, it was an entry point into the Harley-Davidson family for many, offering an accessible taste of the iconic brand. Now, as it fades into memory, we can only hope that somewhere, in some garage, a Street 750 is revving up for one last ride into the sunset. And with that, we've reached the end of today's countdown. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in the future.